What is happening, guys? Welcome back to Baguettes and ASBOs. The trailer's loaded up on the car. Some of these videos we're doing at the same time, but they're different videos. So we have a project coming up which will be released after this, but we've collected the car today. That's at John's. I've left the trailer loaded up because I'm going to pick up another car tomorrow. So what I'll do is see them in. So it's the morning after and we're about to get on the road, and as you can tell by this Parisian music, we're getting ourselves another baguette, but you'll know that anyway from the thumbnail. I've just pulled over. I'll give you a quick view, but I'm by the side of the road, so I'm not going to go war and peace on it. But I thought I'd pull over because of these spicy little bad boys. Look at that. Woohoo! I'm going to check that out on Instagram later. Nice. Right, I'll give you a better overview when I get home. So it's a little 1.6 VTI. It's the non-turbo version. 2013 plate. 72,000 miles. Paid £850 for this. I'll be honest with you up front. She runs, she starts, she drives, but she's burning coolant. So when we set out to start this channel, never really had a goal. We just used to watch a lot of YouTube, or I did at least. And I thought, why don't we just film what we're doing? And then as things changed, we wanted to get monetized, we wanted to get views, we wanted to get comments, we wanted to get subscribers. But the one thing that we have got, and the thing that I think is more valuable than anything, is a little community. We get people, messages on Instagram, people we've met on the track, people like the lad I've just met now called Shane. Very nice little chap. I think he's going to subscribe. Shout out Shane if you did subscribe and you're watching this. But he just had enough of this car. He spent thousands on it. He's had the chain done, he's had the head off, he's had the head rebuilt, he's had a new head gasket put on it, and he's just burning oil. So at this point, we think that it's oil and water is mixing in the oil cooler. Fingers crossed it's just something as simple as that. Really, the only way to find out is to start pulling it apart, delve into it and see if we can find the issue. But though, it's not a bad looking little motor. I have drove one of these before. Little peppy thing, quite nice. And for the money we paid, I'm very happy with it. It's had a new set of tyres on it. It has been stood for a little while. Like I say, Shane just had enough of it. But hopefully we can get this thing restored and back on the road. I tell you what, if I had a tow bar, I'd chop in the Tiguan and use this for me daily. Not far away, just on the other side of this power station, is Carrington's new training ground. So yeah, if we turn left down there, that's the entrance to the new Carrington training complex. If we hang around here a little bit longer, we might see some United players. Okay, so we've got it back home. I've just given a wash because we don't want to work on a dirty car. Next job is this tape off here. Whoa! Someone's got a pop and bang mat. Get this tape off here and have a delve into that problem. Right, there we have it, the tape's off. Time for a spot of lunch. She does look after me. Oh, we do love a good milkshake. That is not good at all. If you can actually see it. Disgusting. So, what we'll do is we'll just start from the beginning. We'll do our own diagnostics. Now, I'm not doubting anyone, but it's just peace of mind. That screams to me head gasket, but it did say he's had the head gasket done. So what we'll do is we'll start with a compression test. Now, a compression test will obviously tell us if we're losing compression, but it could be because the head gasket, there's a gap between the cylinder and a water jacket or an oil jacket. But in this case, it could be that there is compression, but there's a gap between the oil jacket and the water jacket. It could still be a cracked block if it's cracked between those two jackets and not in the cylinder itself. Right, let me try and show you on this one. This is the Fiesta block which detonated, and these are the oil galleries or the oil jackets, as I've called them. This is an open deck block, so these are the water veins, and down there is where your water comes in. So if there was a crack between there and there, on this block for example, we'd still have compression. If the gap in the head gasket was between there, we'd still have compression. But Shane did say that he thinks it's in the oil cooler, and basically in the oil cooler it just, well, on the ST it is anyway. I've not had a look into this yet, but normally what it is, it sits on the edge of the block. It's where your oil filter connects, and between the block and the oil filter you have a water vein, and the water just runs through it and cools the oil as it's pumping round. He's even had the water pump done on it, the valve seats done on it, because apparently that's a common problem. So like I just mentioned, I've not worked on one of these before, but most engines are the same. And I imagine that's your oil filter, and I imagine somewhere behind here we've got a little bit of a water pipe connection. What we could really do with doing is pressurising the coolant system somehow and seeing if we can hear leaks, or as we start stripping bits off, see if we can see any fluid leaking, bubbles, anything like that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll come up with a plan. Right, the plugs are out, and straight away that one's wet. That feels like oil. It smells like oil. It smells burnt. And the others were dry, pristine. Interesting. Right, we need to have a look in there. Right, enough of wet plugs and compression tests. We make Mark's on his way. We'll go to Halford's to get some paint for his new little whip. Look at this little puppy. Look at this numpty trying to get out of it. Go on, try and get out of it elegantly.
Somersault.
Look at that beast.
Look at that.
420R. There's a bit of a tight squeeze in here. It's not warm yet, so we can't give it a boot.
Oh,
She's snug. Size of the steering wheel.
it's like a bottle top.
Right, go on then, you got R888Rs on it, let's see what it'll do round the roundabout. And don't spin the back end out.
Like that.
Yes! You can hear the diff, that's the diff.
The clunking.
He's got his driving face on now, go on! Smiles per gallon. I can't believe he struggled to get it in that space. Down here. I tried to spin it in this little gator and it crashed. Sounds like you're going really fast, but we're definitely not, I promise you. On this private road. That's who was driving it.
Not guilty.
Right, I'm back from my adventures with Mark. I'm so made up for Mark getting that catering. He has been sending me links for different cars for months and months and months. And I kept saying, get a catering. And he's He turned up the other day. Big grin on him like a Cheshire cat, loving it, and that thing is unreal. I'm so happy for him. I'm going to park this for now, but to do the compression test we need to put it on charge, so I'm going to put this on charge and then I'm going to go inside and watch some YouTube.
The next day.
Right, so I've got the tester all set up. We're looking for consistency across all 4 cylinders. Let's give it a crank. I'm doing it one-handed so I can't crank and film, but we'll come back and see what the pressure is. Right, good news, just under 150, but again we're looking for consistency. So far so good, let's go. And again, lovely stuff. Full house, mate, 150 across the board, nice. Okay, as soon as the compression's good, we'll start with the easiest jobs first. I've ordered the seals, it was £9.60. If it's a £9.60 fix to get this done, I'll have to send the lad some money. He spent thousands on it, and it could potentially be this. So I'll get this off and we'll have a look at this seal. Right, just loosen this off. I am fully expecting this to be extremely milkshakey, so I've got to film this. Ew. Ew, disgusting. Look at that. Gross. Ew, that is the coolant. That is minging. Right, the car that keeps on giving. What have we got in here? What's this little cheeky bugger? Snap on. Can't see. 11 mil. Oh, shh. Okay, so this little easy gasket fix has turned into a nightmare. I've had to get the whole manifold off. All the way down there because there's a couple of bolts behind the back. What a nightmare. But it's done. And you can see that black triangle at the top. That's the water jacket. And that black mark is the seal. And the bottom one is the oil. And literally, if that is leaking between those two, it'll be mixing. Now, this is the other part. So, even though this is blocked off, I think this is blocked off because the turbo... This would be the turbo return if it was the turbo version, but it's blocked off. But if it was just seeping between there and there, we'd be mixing. And these bolts weren't very tight. And as you can see, that gasket is pretty perished and quite hard. It's not the best. This one looks like, well, no, it's quite hard as well. It does look like it's been changed, but it is quite, it's a bit harder. So maybe they have come. Maybe it's that. We will see. All we can do is let it all drip out, clean it up, get it swapped, flush out all the fluids and hope for the best. Easiest and cheapest fix first, and process of elimination. And boy, did I make a mess under there. Oil milkshake. Nice. Okay, so it's the next day. I've cleaned up under there all that mess. It was nasty. I've cleaned up this surface. I've flushed out all the coolant system. It's still greasy. It's still got oil in it. It's going to have it. But I've been letting it drip for 24 hours. Cleaned up the maintenance surfaces. Like I said, the seal's on the way. But I'm going to order a new oil cooler because... yeah, this is threaded. Don't know what's going on. And with those parts on order, I'll leave it there for this video. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, tell your mum, tell your nan, like, comment, subscribe.